Now it's going to be a short vlog this week because I haven't got much to report. The main news is that next week, you will know, is my Bi-Centenary. Yes, my Bi-Centenial Blog, which means you won't really be hearing from me until the week after, because of course to celebrate the centenary we always do a little bit of a montage charting the blog throughout the centenary, and this of course will be my second centenary, so you can always see what I was up to in the first centenary by watching my first centennial blog. The main thing this week has been that we have finally had the electric fire installed at Granville. I am prepared to say that the Second Granville War is over, but that will be pending on whether I get another bitchy letter from my landlord in the next week or not. If so, then, you know, I'm just going to continue to be sort of difficult with him until I move out, which I'm hoping to do very, very shortly. So that really brings us to updating you on the Jennyfields Settlement. Now, last week, obviously not a lot has happened for the last 2 weeks because it's been Christmas and the New Year, but now everything's gearing back up again. We're still under a month from when we started with National Westminster, and I do have it confirmed from the stand-in to my financial advisor that the direct debit information for the repayment scheme has gone into them, and they have accepted that. We've also heard from the estates this last week that the bank had told them that they were going to book the valuation last week, presumably for this next week. Now, we haven't heard from that yet, so whether that means they've booked it and we just haven't heard when it's going to be yet and they'll let us know, or whether they haven't actually booked it yet, I don't know. Hopefully they booked it at the end of last week for some time during this next week, and we'll know. If that's the case, we may know by next weekend whether we've actually got a mortgage or not. In case you're wondering, my stand-in financial advisor is because my main advisor is on holiday until the 10th. So that being said, he'll be back on Tuesday, but it didn't really help that he went on holiday, to be totally honest, but there we are. Look out for my UFC 142 predictions video, because that should be up shortly. It was nice to have a week off. You know, sometimes it's nice to have a week off from doing predictions videos, but anyway. And the only other thing to say is that we are still in the season of Christmas, but now we are in Epiphany tide, which means all the decorations have to come down, and you can recycle your cards. I am actually quite disappointed because this period of time is also the time when the Church of England goes into the baptism of Christ, and they kind of do that at the expense of explaining what the Epiphany is, which is an annoyance to me, because I put the Epiphany as being slightly more important than you know, the Feast of the Baptism of Christ. But there we are, those two feasts are very, very close together, and they generally tend to ignore the Epiphany and focus on the other, which, well, it depends on how you see things, but because I think there are a lot of people who misunderstand what the Epiphany is, and because I don't think they explain the whole idea of baptism very well outside of their own sort of establishment context, I find it a little bit of a disappointment, but there we are. That is my blog for this week. I'm of course down at my nan's as we've started doing our lunches again, but hopefully in 2 weeks from now, when I next record a blog after the centenary, it will be to say, you know, hey, we've got a mortgage, we've done the contracts and we're moving in. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is no news and we're still bloody waiting, or worse, we've, you know, lost the house and well, anyway, let's not think that way. So until next time, cheerio. Be seeing you.